to say it's a full-blown mistake, it wouldn't be true, because that would mean that I would accept the fact that it doomed me forever, and I don't think that's the case. Any mistake, you have to. It happens. It's a hiccup, and you figure out how to reposition and plan. If I really want to go back and say the biggest mistake, would I have started a production company? Period. Like, that could be considered a mistake. But we learned how to pivot and offer certain things that were more in line with our skills. Mm-hmm. So yes, while we could do production, it's also very, there's a different, we provide it from a different angle, right?
Yeah.
So I could have just doomed that and said, man, we're just a production company. Go hang my head and go walk off into the sunset and say, oh, I made a mistake by doing it that way. But we didn't. We learned how to take the production aspect of it and modernize it for modern brand. How do we take that and make it more for what brands are looking for now? And how do we add a little bit of a consulting piece? And so then it actually took that and turned it into a few other opportunities. Yeah.
And I think you just do what you can with what you have where you are. And I would never say that was ever a mistake, because even if it's this is just the first iteration of what will be, you get your foot in the door by doing the work people say they want right now, by serving the client for exactly what they want right now. Maybe it's not the most efficient thing. Maybe it's not the thing you want to hang your hat on for the rest of your life. But you get in the door, and then you start to unpack what are the real problems that we can solve here, and how can we do it in a different way, whether it's more scalable or not. Maybe it's just something else entirely. That's oftentimes the better way to sell something else that hasn't really gotten any traction yet, is to have the relationships already built in and the track record that you deliver well on a project.
Right.
I think if I had to say one more mistake, it's, again, a lot of this stuff in writing is so important, but to remember that you're still dealing with humans. Right. And one of probably the early mistakes that I made was one of the first social media execution contracts that I had with an author. He signed a contract, said he was going to work with me for 6 months, and he just wasn't paying the third month, and he was having a hard time keeping up with it, and he just said, I need to cancel. And I really went right in on the fact that he signed a contract, rather than going to him in a more human way and communicating, how can we make this work? How can we keep working together? How can we do this? Because of course I was operating from a place of fear.
Sure.
That I thought I had a secured client. It was really important for me to have a secure client at the time, because everyone was paying the bills. And so I went straight in on the paperwork that I had. The paperwork is a lot. Mm-hmm. It's important for you to have that safety net, but you're still dealing with humans. And I think every time that we've had an opportunity to be human, whether it's an individual that owns a small business or an individual that works for a very, very big business,
still people.
They're still people. And you can usually find a way out if you're willing to be patient and try to stand in their shoes.
Yeah.